Hey guys, this week's video is dedicated to all the brothers and sisters in the land of Israel. First Friday is coming up soon, as well as a new class, Decoding the Talmud. Go to ygprochester.com so you don't miss anything. Materialism. It's not a new phenomenon. It's been around since biblical times. Our struggle with it is not a new thing as well. In fact, in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Noach, we have the story of the great flood, God destroying the world and starting all over again. Noah and his family and the animals being saved on the Teva, on the ark. But then at the end of the Parsha, at the end of the Torah portion, we have an interesting story. Noach comes off the ark and then plants a vineyard and gets drunk, and his third son, Ham, is driven by this delusional belief that the world is not big enough. He had the whole world open at his feet. Yet he was driven by this delusion that if his parents had any more children, there would be no more room. So he took matters and he made sure his father wouldn't have any more children. As a punishment, his future descendants would be enslaved. But what are we meant to learn from this whole story? What is it meant to teach us about materialism? We all know money causes issues in relationships. We fight over it. We go to war over it. Money is power. The old adage, money buys happiness, even though we know deep down it's not really true, and studies show that we're still in the rat race. We're still trying to get more and more and more. The more we have, the more issues it causes. When it comes to relationships, what happens is the more we're trying to get, the less we invest in the relationships that mean the most to us. We're running around, we externalize our values, and other things suffer. So is money horrible? Judaism says no. There are people who believe money is evil, stay away from it, go run away to a mountaintop, Judaism says no, money is a blessing. But the money mindset, that's what has to be broken. When money overtakes us, when it becomes our be-all, end-all, that's when it affects everything. But if we shift the perspective to gratitude, to understanding what we have, focusing on what we have, and not what we don't have, not on the negative, that's when everything shifts. We learn this from our matriarch Leah, Jacob's wife. She felt unloved in her relationship, and she named her first 3 sons based on that. But by her 4th son, she shifted, and she named him Yehuda, to give thanks to God, to give gratitude to God. And the opposite of Ham, her descendants, the descendants of Yehuda were King David, and eventually the Mashiach comes from Yehuda and Leah. This shift was cosmic. Shifting our attitude to one of recognizing what we have in our life, and that money is a tool, and how we spend it, that's what's going to bring the happiness. So yes, money can buy happiness, but it depends how you spend it. If you just collect physical things and we're constantly chasing things, no. But if you use it to connect with people, have experiences with people, uplift people, when you use it in that way, that's when you actually can, quote unquote, buy happiness. That's when you can buy meaning. So it's a tool. So Leah teaches us the attitude of gratitude. Ham teaches us, God forbid, what happens when we get so overcome that we think, and we're constantly looking around what we don't have, at all the negative. That's when we're driven to craziness. Whereas opposed to when we shift our mind to an attitude of gratitude, focusing on the blessings in our life, we can change the whole world. Shabbat Shalom.